Hi, me and Charlie's case was Wisconsin versus Yoder, and the story behind this is when three Amish families from Wisconsin decided to remove their kids from the 8th grade in public schools, and according to the Amish religion, the kids didn't need any education past the 8th grade, and another reason that the families removed their kids from school was because they were very deeply concerned about the influence of the world's ideas in high school that would oppose their religion, and they didn't want any of their kids to have any doubts. And the law in Wisconsin states that your child has to be educated until 16 years of age. And so for this offense, the state government, they gave him a whopping $5 charge per person. And so that is the story behind it all, and that is how it all started and began. So this court case was brought before the Supreme Court in 1972, and the constitutional issue that it pertains to is the First Amendment, which more specifically it was the right to freedom of religion. And the three Amish families that this happened to believed it violated their right to their freedom of practice of religion, and Wisconsin believed that it was more important that children and students got education until they were 16 years old.
Lastly, two cases that were connected. The first one was Cruz versus Beto, which Cruz versus Beto was about a Buddhist prisoner who wasn't allowed to participate in their faith, and he was eventually placed in solitary confinement because of his actions to practice Buddhism. Though it wasn't as severe, it was in relation to the state of Wisconsin blocking Yoder's religious freedom. Second, in 1960, Abraham Bronfield wasn't allowed to work on Sunday because of a state law that restricted most stores to be open. Though Bronfield was Jewish and couldn't work on Saturday because of the Sabbath, but to keep good business, he had to be able to work on Sunday. So he took it to many different courts and ended up in the Supreme Court, but they ended up ruling in favor of the law 6-3. The significant dissent in the case was Judge William O. Douglas filed a dissent over the child's right of freedom of religion, but the court found it irrelevant because the case was over the parents' right of free religion and not the children's. The Supreme Court ruled anonymously 7-0 in favor of Yoder over the state of Wisconsin's compulsory school attendance law and said it was unconstitutional as applied to the Amish, who are primarily members of the Old Order Amish Mennonite Church, because it violated their First Amendment right to free exercise of religion.
This is a little comic strip kind of explaining and oversimplifying what the court's decision was in Wisconsin versus Yoder. And the student on the bottom is saying that she doesn't want to do a prayer, and the judge is saying that the school should not have prayers in school even if they don't require the students to participate, because this teacher-led prayer violates the amendment of freedom of religion, and kids can do whatever they want if they choose not to pray or if they choose to pray. And this is a political cartoon with the Statue of Liberty holding up a bunch of different signs and symbols. And I think what it's trying to say is that anyone has the right to practice like whatever they want. And the Statue of Liberty is saying, what don't they get about yearning to breathe free? And I think that's trying to tell everyone that they're able to do what they want to do, and no one should be able to stop them from doing it because that's their inalienable right.
Thank you for watching our court case video.